tech is coming for finance with or without blockchain. That was going to happen. New corporates, companies like Amazon and Uber need more financial services than the current system is able to provide them. And the blockchain technologies are in the right place at the right time. I'm David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple and co-creator of the XRP ledger. I do think that DeFi, broadly speaking, meaning blockchain, smart contracts, and the whole ecosystem that's being built around it, is going to take a huge bite out of TradFi over the next couple of years. The big challenge is the blockchain space is going to have to produce the services that people want from the financial system. It can't just be collectibles, and it can't just be, seeking very high reward at very high risk. But I do think that we are going to see the DeFi space, especially with the tools that institutional adoption is going to provide, with assets to things like tokenized real world assets, tokenized loan and real estate portfolios. That's going to produce the products and services that people want out of a financial system. I don't think there's a tension between institutional adoption and decentralization. I think that ecosystems are interested in layer 1 blockchains because of their decentralization, because of their neutrality. So I think institutions will see that the neutrality of blockchains is a positive for them rather than a negative, because I think ultimately that will be the selling point. And I think that's all going to lead to just massive expansion and growth in the space.
What's going on, everybody? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Happy Friday and happy Halloween, and let's dive right into today's video. So I wanted to kick off today's video with that clip of David Schwartz from last month's blog, so hopefully I'm able to keep that in the video unless YouTube makes me remove it, but this is relevant because now we have David Schwartz discussing down below. So we have a tweet from Buck saying, while the rest of crypto tries to integrate their DeFi into TradFi, Ripple is integrating their TradFi into their DeFi. This is the single stroke of genius that will define XRP's success. Ripple has strategically circumvented the system to simply become TradFi 2.0. Now we have David, Ripple CTO, down below. I think institutional adoption is needed to pave the way for the next wave of retail adoption. If DeFi is going to replace TradFi, it's going to have to do all the boring things that TradFi does. And institutional adoption seems the most likely way to make that possible. And obviously, I agree with David Schwartz. The man is an absolute genius. The only time I might not agree with him is when I don't understand what he's talking about. But anyways, I agree with him 100%. Institutions basically build the rails so that retail can ride them later. And like he says down below, if DeFi is going to replace traditional finance, it's going to have to do all the boring things that TradFi does. And all of those boring things that traditional finance does today, they're still very important, and crypto can complement all of that, so they still need to do everything that traditional finance does, but better. Audits, compliance, KYC, credit, lending, insurance, payments, custody, settlements, and so on. Alright, next up, if you guys haven't seen this already, we had Ripple the company with Immunify launch a $200,000 bug hunt for the new institutional lending protocol on the XRP ledger. So we have Ripple hosting a $200,000 attack-a-thon with Immunify to test the XRPL lending protocol. So initiatives like these bug hunts or hackathons are super important because for the XRP ledger's lending protocol, XLS66, they're planning to offer uncollateralized loans on the XRPL. And this bug hunt is taking place through October 27th up until November 29th. So we're going to find out if any participants or white hat hackers find any vulnerabilities in the protocol. So it looks like they're going to be targeting vault logic, liquidation and interest calculations, and permissioned access controls. And this isn't just covering XLS66 for the lending protocol itself, they're actually covering a variety of standards. So we have XLS65 for the single asset vaults, we have XLS33 for the MPTs or multi-purpose tokens, we have XLS70 for credentials, we went over that blog a couple weeks back, along with XLS80 permission domains. Alright, and be sure to stick around for today's video because we're going to dive into MegaETH that is praised and backed by the founder of Ethereum. And 2 days ago, shared by CNBC, we did have a small 25 basis point rate cut. We also just had iTrustCapital list BNB chain or BNB. And taking a look at the 80 plus different assets available on iTrust, we can see that BitTensor is up over 20% on the day. Same thing for Zcash. I remember back in the day we had Barry Silberts over at Digital Currency Group making some big price predictions. But now we got BNB, and then earlier this month, some great news, we have XTC. And to my knowledge, XTC isn't even available on Coinbase yet. And remember now, with iTrustCapital, you can hold XTC in your Roth IRA for tax-free growth or even a premium custody account. Just make sure you use promo code KCAGE8 so that you can claim your $100 funding bonus. And keep in mind that staking is live on iTrustCapital for Ethereum and Solana, so I'm looking forward to more staking options in the future. And I know myself and everybody watching that owns XRP wants to see some type of XRP yield-bearing product in the future. But anyways, check them out. iTrustCapital is linked in the top of the YouTube video description. I've had my Roth IRA here since January of 2020, and time flies. And don't forget to tune in to Ripple's Swell taking place on Tuesday, November 4th. I believe I saw a tweet, I don't know if it was CoinDesk or Cointelegraph, saying it's going to be live streamed, so I'm going to do my best to tune in and record what I can and maybe post videos that week. I'll be at a doctor on Tuesday just for my lung evaluation. Getting another CAT scan and then probably some pulmonary function tests or something. Alright, next up, let's dive into MegaETH, or Mega the ticker, and this token has just done a sale. It is not live yet, but we're going to dive into it a little bit. And this isn't financial advice, I don't own any, I haven't purchased any in the sale, and I haven't done my due diligence just yet, but I am covering it because we're seeing a lot of articles. So we have Yahoo Finance, is MegaETH or Mega the next 100x crypto to buy, a Layer-2 perfect for AI agents in X402? And already they're capturing a bunch of attention. We can see the pre-sale, over $275 million raised in a matter of hours. And even on CoinMarketCap, we can see these articles: raises $450 million in oversubscribed sale, raises $1.39 billion in record oversubscribed token auction. So we have MegaETH is building an Ethereum Layer-2 or L2. Their goal is to design and launch what they describe as the first real-time blockchain that will bridge the gap between Web 2 and decentralized systems. Looking at the white paper on page 4, we have Mega is the native token of MegaETH, a next-gen Ethereum Layer-2 blockchain. They say 100,000 TPS or transactions per second with 10 millisecond block times. In terms of utility, we have the token serves multiple functions, so we have gas fees, usual. We have future staking mechanisms for the network security. We have governance participation for protocol upgrades and ecosystem incentives. And during the sale, this token is an ERC20 token. And like a lot of projects, we can see with bridge functionality to the MegaETH network post-mainnet, the total supply is 10 billion mega tokens, with 500 million or 5% offered in the public sale. So I know the value that they've already raised is turning heads in the crypto space, but please do your own research and keep in mind that this project or the mainnet is not even live. So this one's definitely interesting. I guess I have a bad taste in my mouth because the last time that I bought an ERC20 that was saying or promising that they were going to be bridging to mainnet post-launch was Sensor Protocol, and I absolutely got rug pulled, literally within like 48 hours. But hopefully this one's a lot more legit just based on the huge amount of funds that they've already raised. So we can see that this is composable with the EVM, the Ethereum Virtual Machine, which means that any dApps or decentralized applications built on the mainnet can port to MegaETH without losing Ethereum security or decentralization. And we can see right here highlighting the speed, they talk about very low fees as well, which makes it ideal for running dApps using the X402 standard. So regarding this 402 standard, they explain it down below. The blockchain agnostic protocol allows any website, application, and crucially AI agents to demand and settle payments in a single HTTP call. There is no need for logins, KYC, API keys, and there is no risk of chargebacks. Every transfer can be settled using any stablecoin such as USDC and processed autonomously. And right in this Yahoo Finance article, we can see that MegaETH has already launched its native stablecoin USDM. So a lot to consider with this one. We have a 10 billion supply, we have 5% or 500 million sold in the English auction sale using Tether. I need to see if there's an ETA or estimated time for launch along with the official mainnet. And I also read something along the lines of a MiCA, the Markets and Crypto Assets Regulation in the European Union. Basically, it was a MiCA-compliant white paper, which is very good for regulatory readiness. We also need to know that Vitalik-Backed, the founder of Ethereum, is backing MegaETH. So we can see in their seed funding when they raised $20 million back in 2024 from Dragonfly, Vitalik-Backed, Joseph Lubin, and others. So keep in mind that this token is not available on any major exchanges yet. The sale just happened, but we're going to be keeping tabs. We can see them emphasizing this X402 standard, and that is going to be really big for, gaming, DeFi, and AI agent-based or AI-driven apps. And their website's pretty fun. I like doing this with my cursor. Woohoo! If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button and let me know your thoughts down below. You can find all links to my crypto resources, including tools for charting, trading bots, wallets, portfolio trackers, and exclusive discounts right in my link tree in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.